And hello everybody, welcome to our 2.6 aka Halloween 2017 content update stream slash VOD. We are going to go ahead and jump into the testing server here, which you can see is already a little different than you remember it. The place that I am standing in right now is a replacement for the old Nexus that we are calling the Tavern. The Tavern is not so much alive right now, but as updates come out, it will be much more so. You guys are just going to have to wait to see what we do with that. Starting out, we do have all three of us on the call today. If you guys would like to say hi.
Hello. Hello.
And there they are. Anywho, so what we're going to do today is basically just run down everything that we have coming in this holiday update, which is a lot. I think what the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is run down this way. Anyone watching right now, you can also probably see that you can't see any of the heads-up display on my screen. It's something we're fooling around with right now just to see how it looks on stream. Coming up here, we have our skins, which we have two new skins for this update. More or less one, but two in the sense that we have one limited edition skin, which is this reindeer rider skin with a special effect. It is for the Worm Rider class, as you can see in the item description on screen. And then over here is the normal version that costs gold. So it'll cost the same as any normal gold skin, 600 there. They do change occasionally. And then the limited time version will cost 4,000 glory, just as a little bonus for the people that can buy it now. Moving over to the pets, as you can also see on my character right now, we do have that reindeer pet in addition to the reindeer rider skin. Just a little joke there. Do love me a good reindeer. Coming out from that, we're going to go ahead and move over. As you can see, the tavern is already painted nicely with a snowy backdrop for the holiday theme. We're going to explore over here to the left. We have our vaults. It's not so much just an orthodox, like, walk over to this corner, here's the vault, here's the change character and everything else. We kind of wanted to make it feel a little more alive, so we wanted to kind of, or spread everything out, so to speak. There will be a lot more going on in here. As you can see, it looks a little empty right now. We have our change name up here, change characters down here. And for right now, there's just this big empty room up here. But yeah, like I said, the tavern is to be much more alive in coming updates. To our direct right of where we spawn, we have this guild area, which is a little different than how you guys remember. We now have these two guild doors up here connecting to the hall, just like the vault. And then as we approach upward, we will find ourselves at the Dominion area. One change we have in this update to the Dominion is that the cap on players has been moved from 75 to 60, just to kind of, in effect, or go with kind of the smaller size of the Dominion, because at the when it was originally 75, the map was actually much larger than it is now. So in addition to a few things we'll talk about shortly, the reduction to 60 is kind of deduced, or just like a late change to make more sense. Another thing we're going to talk about is the fact that in addition to the, oh, thank you for typing in chat, everybody. In addition to that, we now have a few systems set in place with player scaling on the Dominion size, in addition to dungeons. And that is that when you are in a Dominion with more people, event bosses like the Ravana, Minor Guardians, and everything, the HP of those event bosses will scale with the number of players, which means that even if there's more players, events won't get steamrolled just because there's more players. This is obviously just, we want people to have more of a chance to get loot when there's larger groups. And beforehand, because events could just get steamrolled, but with one person it would be impossible. This update is going to help out a lot with that. Moving on, a few things you might notice. I don't know if this will show up in my head here. It won't, but I can move it around a little bit. Is we do have this new challenge shield tier here. In addition to a whole bunch of new challenges we'll talk about in a second. Anything else I've missed so far that you guys would like to add on to?
Well, correction on the health scaling. The enemies in the Dominion won't scale their health.
But event bosses will.
But no, not event.
Oh, they won't.
But dungeon dungeon bosses, Darza, and then the domain bosses will,
Okie dokie then.
but nothing in the domain.
Okie dokie then. Moving on from that, we have a few changes to the settings we have. You'll be able to fit the game screen easier to make it easier to see. The reason I'm doing that is because if I actually zoom everything out, you'll see that a lot of tiles just aren't loaded correctly, and so that's why we have it zoom to scale here. Get disconnected. Fix the testing server, or it might have been me, but oh well. Anywho, just kind of adding on to that, because I can't really go through and show you guys the challenge list, I'm going to talk about what we have just in the addition of challenges. We added a Nomad challenge, which is basically the number of tiles your character has seen. It is 3 tiers, one for discovering 100,000 tiles, the next one for 1 million tiles, the next, or the one after that for 10 million tiles. The other things that we've added as challenges are the addition to tiers on Anomaly. And so now the first tier for Anomaly is 5,000 glory, the next being 10,000, like it is now, and then the third one being 20,000 glory on a character at one point. And that's why the new purple challenge tier shield is added as well. A few minor additions we've added is that in the settings here, you guys can't really see the actual listing here, but you can change map scaling size. So you can just zoom out to preference. You'll be able to zoom a good bit farther out than you used to be able to see before. I believe vertically it's now 11 tiles at max, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
14.
14, I am very smart. Anywho, 14 tiles at max. Another thing we can also do now is change our quick chats, as you can see over here, just to anything you like. Move that back there. Awesome. Minor changes in addition to that is that the Asuras in the the Shrine of Divas dungeon will now drop their skins that go with them. So as you may have noticed, there have been skins in the market for a while that correlate with the Asuras bosses, but they've never actually had, or they were actually dropped those skins. So now, much like Darza, the Asura bosses will have a chance to drop those skins at one-time use and tradable, I believe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
A few minor changes, which I also won't be able to show here due to the changed streaming client, is that the Android keyboard was changed to make it similar to iOS's keyboard, so it doesn't block the screen so much. Mage, yes, the Crimson will drop the Crimson pet. Oh wait, no, it's just skins. Sorry, I lied. I thought I read that as skin. Apologies. Jukes, would you like to go over the changes to the loading system?
Yeah. So I mean, it's not gonna affect really anyone who already has maxed characters or does really consistently gets loot on events right now, but it's mainly gonna make it so there's a larger amount of people that can get basically roll for loot. So I mean, so you might still get 0, but as long as you get in the threshold, which has been lowered, you should have a good chance of getting loot for the event.
And then Jukes, you in the Nexus right now?
Yeah.
Would you mind throwing me a trade request so we can show them that?
Yeah, sure.
We made our guild and trade request much less intrusive, so you can see my top left here. It'll look like this. You can just tap it to deny like that, or if he wants to trade me again, because I'm demanding. If I want to slide to the left there, it'll open up the trade menu just like normal. Guild requests look much this. Wait, were guild requests? Yeah, they were changed. It'd be the same way. Yeah. And then, so moving back to the vault here, just because I noticed I missed that we actually redesigned the vault to go with this. Major complaint we got a lot was that there were not enough vault spots, especially for the people that bought them all already. And, well, it wasn't very organized. There's just 4 rows, so we decided to change it up a little bit and do this nice big kind of like tavern, so to speak, themed vault with a bunch of different sections, so vault or loot can be more organized. Just want to give it a little rundown there. I'll run around the whole thing. Also, because I get to segue this now, we did add a PM system to the game, so I can go ahead. Oh, wait, no, I can't go ahead. Jukes, if you'd like to PM me something, because I can't bring up the keyboard. There's just a quick chat that is /PM, just like that. It'll bring up that, and when someone PMs you, it'll look just like that on the screen. Thank you so much for being my wonderful assistant today, Juix. Moving back on to normal content. For class changes and overall content changes that go with them, we reduced a lot of boss armor in order to better kind of like fit the scaling for all the classes in DPS. So a lot of bosses had their armor reduced from 80 to 40 and subsequently 60 to 30. Changes otherwise, just to classes. I'm going to go ahead and run up to Mr. Character Change here. Well, switch over to my Worm Rider with this beautiful skin on it. Worm Rider attack, or was it attack? Yeah, Worm Rider attack and Dex were both changed from 70 to 65. But in addition, Worm Rider's ability also life steals. So as you do damage... What?
We could show that off.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and run and do that now. And
Also,
so... Go ahead.
Ryan brought up that the vaults, when you buy them, they actually stay in place now instead of moving to the front row or to the
Wonderful.
next open spot.
I don't know what'll let me use a whip here and not kill it. Is anyone in the Dominion right now? YouTubes? Nope. And I can't /Q, so I'm going to go ahead and keep talking for now. If you want to go ahead and run to the Godlands, I'll show off the lifesteal ability. So other than that, we have a few minor changes. The Bow of Cadaverous Greed, or the bow that drops from the Reaper, had its damage decreased from 350 to 450 to 300 to 400, but its rate of fire was also increased from 30% to 50%. The Ominous Bow had its damage changed from the range of 60 to 90 to 55 to 85, lowering its average damage damage hit by 5. Top Bow is also changed from the range of 65 to 80 to 65 to 75. And Assassin was changed to have its max dex changed, Assassin's dex order was changed from 50 to 60. In addition to that, the errors that bugged the Demon Jowl Axe and the Cadaverous Bow were fixed so that logging into a map with them will not cause you to be unable to do damage. Other minor things we have here, the Giant Slayer Axe's damage was buffed from 420, or the range from 420 to 650 to 480 to 700, and drops from events. The UT Whip will now drop from the Great Eagle. I don't know if I'm missing anything there. Higher tier axes damage, higher tier axes damage were also buffed a little bit as well. Minor dungeon changes. What's up?
Tier 8 now.
Yeah, tier 8 now. Dungeon changes. We removed the perma-paralyze mechanic from the Asuras Priestesses, so that can't happen anymore. And the Ice Cavern dungeon generation was changed to reduce a lot of the empty space. A few other minor things we have here, if I want to run back down, is we have a few new cloth colors. It's not going to be anything super major. We do have like a yellow, a black, orange, as you can see here. A few new cloths there. But oh great, you have to show off the mountains too. Is anyone in the mountains right now, or are you Juix on the way there?
I can get there.
That would be wonderful, because I still can't /teleport or Q. But I'll get there. Because a big thing in this update, content-wise, is we changed all of the, or at least most of the mountain enemy behaviors, just to change how the overall mountains area plays. In addition, we also changed minor events as well for a lot of their behaviors and made them a little bit more engaging. I don't think any major changes were made to the champions / guardians in this update, but we'll get there. A little bit. You there yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. And so we're just going to go ahead and run and show off a few of these here. As you can see on my left, we do have... Oh, I got disconnected. I lied. We're not there yet. Testing servers are nowhere near as stable as prod, but it's alright. That's why it's testing. I'll get there, dang it.
I don't know why
Pew, pew.
it's not kicking for any false flags or anything.
I don't know. Could be a bunch of things. Anywho, as we kind of tackle this skull right here, you'll see at least a few new behaviors between the mountain enemies and the skull itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that happen now. I can do things. Keep in mind this character I'm playing right now is 0-8, just with tops equipped. We had a lot of fun with the idea for the dungeon that we're pushing on this update to have no one be able to max characters instantly. So it'd be more of like a fresh experience because we want the kind of like core demographic of this dungeon to be like fresh or like barely max characters. We do have a solid group here. If you want to go ahead and open a chasm, we can go ahead and show that off too. Or we can just run through the mountains for a little bit and see the new behaviors.
Actually, let's do that.
Yeah, already here.
I increased this one rate of the dungeon, so we should get one.
And for everyone wondering why we're getting just so much loot on the testing server, we do have experience and loot drops significantly increased. This is the dungeon portal over here, the chasm. Do we want to go ahead and just go in there now?
Yeah,
Everyone else is already in this, so might as well. So this is the Chasm of Dread, our new dungeon coming in this update. It is a pretty mid-level dungeon. The design is nowhere near finished yet, I would say. I think there's still a few behaviors we're not absolutely 100% on yet. As you guys may know, there's some lava here doing lava-y things, aka hurting when we run through it. It's something we've had in the works for a while, but it's where we just kind of lost it in the priority list until now. And so we're just going to do a little run through and see you guys on the other side. Or did they teleport to the boss? Well, they did. That's lame.
we should just do like a duo dungeon.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Do we want to go ahead and head up to, or just go to the guild hall for now, guild area?
I'll jump on like an unmaxed character.
Awesome, cool. Other minor additions as we wait here. We made it so due to the error that some people don't get their gold until slightly after buying it on the or on the revive screen, and or crashing afterward. We made it so the revive discount is available for 2 hours after you die, just to make that less of an issue.
Yeah, so you don't have to instantly revive. Which one do you join?
I don't know. Hold up, I'll come back to the Nexus.
I thought you meant go in the guild hall.
I'm coming. I'll get there. I did originally, and then I was standing out there with all the other people, so pay no attention to the new guild hall. This is not coming in this update, I don't believe.
It's not.
Go ahead. Yeah? You want to open it? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. It disconnected me, but it didn't disconnect me.
Wait, what?
It gave me a disconnection message. Such is the nature of having an edited client for testing.
Is that something with the Nox?
It may be.
I don't know.
This is the first stream I'm using an emulator to stream with, so bear with that whole fact as well. Take a drink of water really quick. Oof. So other minor additions as we kind of run through this dungeon. We now made it so, as a little convenience thing and to prevent a lot of scamming, we made it so all gems now stack to a 2. So you can have up to 16 gems in your inventory at any time. I'm not sure what other minor changes I'm missing. Heal, please. Get out of here. That's what you get for using an unmaxed Worm Rider.
There's the chat, the one-to-one chat in trade.
I haven't even seen that yet. I'll run back and you can show it to me. Or not. We can both die to the brain. Let's go. I threw up a heal. Just for you. You didn't even get it? No.
I didn't even get it.
Get back here. Alright, now trade me. Do it. Actually, I'll trade you. Now say something. What if I can move it over here? There you go. That's just a little display of what trade chat looks like. I can't show the keyboard on my screen still, so there's that. Wop. Move back over. Back to the dungeon. So as you can see, or as you can all see right now, we do have 1 or 2 major behaviors for enemies right now in the dungeon, being the pups and the man-o'-wars. The man-o'-war. There's another one. Alright. Well, then there's 3. The main design of the rooms here is very long and skinny, just to kind of encourage the behavior, or the design of the behaviors we have for the mobs right now. The damage output on most things is high here compared to the level range, but it's also kind of predictable and more fast-paced to equal it all out, especially with the dungeon layout. I have not actually faced the current design of the boss yet, so that could be interesting. I might get a live death. Seems like a simple dungeon. It is a very relatively simple dungeon. It's also not finished yet. It's still in the testing phases, as we're not planning for an immediate release. Bump, bump. And yeah, it is made for that, or the more or less like fresh 0-8 kind of level 20 character.
It's just supposed to be a godland.
Yeah.
It's not like a Nazareth or anything.
Yeah, it's much like in the range of an ice cavern.
We've got we're working on something like that for January update.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, other than that, it is also still much in the balancing phase right now. So nothing exactly final. And here we are at the boss room. 1 big lava channel going through, 2 on the left side. Oh no. Oh, these ones don't shoot the minions. Oh, hello.
Got a heal.
I threw one down, you just missed it.
I had to dodge the bullet.
Oh no. I actually really like this boss design. As I said, I haven't actually played this one yet. Do the man-o'-wars keep spawning if we don't kill them?
Yeah, they do spawn when he goes back into the
Oh no.
normal shooting.
Get out of there.
You can kill them right now, but then they'll spawn again.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if one's blocking your path or something.
No, I'm out of mana. This could be rough.
I have to.
Yeah, this phase is rough. Oh no. Yeah.
I can't attack it.
Through heal. Oof. The music in the background right now is very calm, and it's not fitting. It's like a very serene environment. Oh, this is rough. I just want to shoot you. Thank you.
I'm not maxed. I'm just level 20, basically.
I am also level 20. I think we're in the same place. Oh gosh. I'm doing it. Also, easy peasy white bag, by the way. I win the game.
Did you get one?
Yeah, I got a white bag. Well, that's what UT it drops. Streamer luck, I think, is the term I'm looking for here. I'm not going to show it off though, just because I like the tease. And now we're going to leave. Am I missing anything major here, or is that most of it?
Did you talk about tile blend and shadows automatically turn off?
I did not. If you'd like to say those things again.
So tile blend and shadows, like if you're having low performance, specifically under 45 FPS, and they'll turn off until your performance goes back up.
Awesome.
I see.
And then there was also just some back-end server stability improvements, and other than that, I think, other than other bug fixes being that only officers can invite, or officers and above can invite in guilds now.
Did you go through all the other bug fixes?
I think so, for the most part.
iOS 11 corner.
I did not say that. So now when you on your iOS 11, you're like dragging from the corner there, you're doing that. Sorry for the any seizures that might have caused me spazzing out there. But yeah, so a big problem that happened before is that when you pull from the corner on iOS 11, you'd get that gesture menu coming down, and that should happen severely less likely now.
I don't think it won't happen.
It won't happen? Well, it's even
Unless
better.
you pull twice. Like we pulled down once.
And then the only other bug I think we're still missing is that it's fixed now that when you leave a guild, it'll no longer still show that you're in the guild until after you relog. So it won't do that anymore.
Yeah. I didn't hear you over the circling enemies one. It's like, especially in Azura's and maybe Darza hands, when people paralyze it, before they would just like try and get back to their path, so they cut straight across Darza, or just basically move in a non-circular pattern. Now they'll just continue their circle after being paralyzed.
Awesome. And then Link suggests talking about vector movement, if you want to go over that.
Oh, I mean, it's not too noticeable, but everything's been adjusted to move instead of kind of what's the word? But before they would just kind of smoothly go towards their position, depending on how, like, it'd be faster if they're further away or closer if they were closer to it. But now they'll always move at the same speed, like a constant speed, depending on where they were when the position was. I mean, I don't know if it's not gonna be noticeable by anyone, in my opinion.
Right. And then for all the people that were just so excited about this change, one other big thing is that now there is an option to disable trade requests when you're not in the tavern, which means if you're in the Dominion or dungeons, you won't get them. Because, I mean, even though we changed the trade menu request so it's not so intrusive, it is now something that you can toggle off, which a lot of people were excited about. And I think that's it.
Did you go over close menus on damage? It's like, if you take any sort of damage, it'll close your map, and it'll close inventory or chat, anything they have open.
Every time I say that's it, I forget something. So that is very true. The another toggle option we add is that every time you take, or there's an option so that every time you take damage, every menu you have, like your stats, inventory, etc., those will automatically close, which is really cool. It's just a little bit more for comfortability playing a permadeath game on mobile.
Also, just I think the last thing, for like people recording or streaming, we've added the option to not draw the joysticks on the screen.
As you can see, me using that option right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not looking into extra guild spots right now. We kind of want to keep guilds at a max of 30, just because the way we want to do raids, people with like 50 plus guilds, it's just not going to work. as well.
But we'll talk about that more at a later time.
But well, someone asked a question.
Yeah.
So that's the answer.
I just meant going on the raids.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I knew people would bring it up as soon as you said it. Is there anything else we're missing?
Link said the new support system. Bring that up.
Yeah, so as it was before, we did basically have a very simple DMS on Discord for support, but that became it became very obvious that that was not a very good way of doing things, as we got spammed and would wake up to 85 to 100 DMs every morning, in which we'd all get the same DMs pretty much. So we now have a support email which you can reach out at our webs or on the website darsdominion.com. And that will be the way we do support from now on. All of us, I believe, have disabled our DMs on Discord just to kind of help smooth that process a little bit, because otherwise it would not stop. Yeah. Here's to growing as a game.
I think that's everything, really. Anything else you guys can think of?
I don't think so. Thank you guys for bearing with us a little bit here. I kind of have just like 5 pages of patch notes to go through on one half of a monitor. So it's bound to get a little messy. So thank you guys for bearing with us and watching there. He's stuck. Anywho. Yeah.
Any final questions from anyone?
Yeah, if anyone has any final things to ask, go ahead and say them now. We'll just, chill out for a little bit. Stream chat should be visible on stream as well. Yep, the 4K Glory skin is tradable. Tradable and everything.
I just wanted to say that finally that this semester's over and I have 3 weeks to just work on this game pretty much, that expect some new content because I have 3 weeks to do nothing program.
So Lynx is going to be doing everything from now on, so that's pretty cool. It's Lynx games.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll save the UT Mask showcase for the update. Leave you guys a little something at least. Anyway, I think with that we're going to sign off? Question mark?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, awesome. Thank you guys, everyone that's watching right now, for tuning in. It is great to do streams, especially semi-impromptu like this. Hopefully as we go on it'll be a little bit of a smoother process, but very happy just, see it getting done for now. So, thank you guys for tuning in, everyone on the VOD. Leave questions in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you all very much.